In the coming months, the 3rd Army Corps, led by Colonel Andriy Beletsky, is expected to liberate the bridgehead currently held by Russian forces along the Zherebets River, between Borova in Kharkiv Oblast and Lyman in Donetsk Oblast. This forecast was shared on the air of News Factory by R.D. Green, a Ukrainian serviceman and military expert. At present, the 3rd Corps is continuing to integrate new units and has recently taken responsibility for the Lyman sector. Once it reaches full operational capacity in the months ahead, Green believes the enemy bridgehead will effectively disappear. The wedge the Russians have driven between Lyman and Borova over the past 7 months will be gone by the end of the year, Green said. The 3rd Army Corps will do it smartly, in NATO style, so that the infantry moves in to secure prisoners, not storm fortifications. I think it's over for them. On August 7, the 3rd Army Corps reported that the 3rd Assault, 60th, and 63rd Brigades, together with the attached 66th Brigade, had been holding the last defensive line in Luhansk Oblast while engaging 3 Russian armies at once. The 20th, the 1st Tank, and the 25th. The 53rd Mechanized Brigade has also recently joined the Corps' order of battle. During more than a month of defensive operations, the Corps claims to have eliminated nearly 2,000 Russian soldiers, inflicted around 1,500 additional casualties, destroyed 664 pieces of enemy equipment and weaponry, and damaged another 385. They have also shot down 4,217 UAVs of various types and disabled or destroyed another 41. Currently, the Corps is preventing the enemy from breaking through toward the strategic Sloviansk-Kostantinivka agglomeration. Meanwhile, the pace of Russian advances along the Korny Zherebets River toward Lyman and on the Oskil front has slowed considerably. This includes operations by the enemy's 20th Army, reinforced by elements of the 2nd Motorized Rifle Division from the 1st Tank Army. Despite persistent attacks in the directions of Lipov-Karpivka, Novo-Redkadub, and Zelenaya Dolina Shandry-Ho-Lov, Russian forward units have failed to achieve significant tactical gains. The only notable progress has come from several assault groups of the 254th Motorized Rifle Regiment, which advanced about 400 meters south of Karpivka toward Sredny. In the adjacent sector, however, the 25th Army appears to have consolidated its positions in Torsky and advanced south of the Lyman-Kremina road. If sanctions targeting buyers of Russian oil, already starting with India, are fully implemented, Russia stands to lose a substantial portion of its foreign currency revenue. This, in turn, could trigger serious and rapid economic deterioration within the country, according to Andrei Novak, head of the Committee of Economists of Ukraine, in an interview with Glavard. Novak explained that a sharp drop in oil revenues would significantly widen Russia's budget deficit and lead to further depreciation of the ruble. As a result, Russia could quickly reach a point where it can no longer fulfill its social and budgetary obligations, he said. This breakdown, Novak warned, may spark unrest at the grassroots level and also provoke discontent among the country's elite, particularly the oligarchs whose fortunes were built on energy exports. Many of them have already been affected by Western personal sanctions and are seeing their revenues dwindle. Ultimately, Novak believes that this worsening economic situation could lead to a shift in power through what he describes as the most historically common method in Russia, a palace coup. Such a change could take various forms, he said. But in Russian history, it is precisely during periods of sharp economic decline that such events occur. I expect that a similar development is likely, possibly even this year, though more realistically in the next. Meanwhile, Ilya Ponomarev, a former State Duma deputy and outspoken Russian opposition figure, has also spoken about the potential disintegration of the Russian Federation in its current form. I believe the Russian Federation, as it exists today, must cease to exist, but that doesn't mean Russia as a country has to disappear, Ponomarev said. He envisions a future where Russia becomes a democratic republic that allows regions and peoples seeking independence to peacefully part ways. In my ideal scenario, the future Russian Republic would let go of those nations that do not wish to remain within it, and would go on to build a normal, lawful state, one that is safe for its neighbors. While he acknowledges that many remain skeptical about such an outcome, Ponomarev argues that dismissing the possibility outright only prolongs conflict. We must work to make this scenario a reality. This would serve the interests of all peoples across the post-Soviet space, and beyond, he concluded. On the night of August 3, Ukrainian security service drones carried out a successful strike on the Saki airfield in Russian-occupied Crimea, around 150 miles from the front line. According to the SBU, one Sukhoi Su-30 fighter jet was destroyed, another was damaged, and 3 Su-24 bombers were also hit. An aviation depot, possibly containing fuel or weapons, was also struck. This special operation is another step toward weakening the enemy's capacity for aggression, the SBU stated. The occupiers must remember, they will never be safe on our land. The attack is especially humiliating for Russia, as it followed the completion of at least 12 reinforced concrete shelters built at Saki to protect aircraft from drone strikes. However, according to Euromaidan press and Ukrainian analysts, these bunkers failed to fully protect the planes, with drones reportedly damaging aircraft even inside the shelters. This latest strike brings the total number of Russian aircraft destroyed or damaged by Ukrainian drones since June 1 to 27. Overall, Russia has lost 162 planes and 157 helicopters since the start of its full-scale invasion. The SBU's drone campaign has expanded sharply this summer, targeting Russia's long-range strike capabilities. On June 1, SBU operatives used trucks to smuggle FPV drones near 5 strategic Russian bomber bases. Around 100 small drones swarmed airfields as far as 3,700 miles from Ukraine, using Russia's own mobile networks to navigate. Although the SBU claimed 40 aircraft were hit, satellite imagery confirmed around 13 to 14 losses, including several Tu-95 and Tu-22M bombers. On June 27, the SBU struck again, this time at Kharkiv airfield in Crimea, reportedly destroying multiple helicopters and a Panzer air defense system.